Mr. Raymond V. Haysbert Sr.?
You know, I'm so saddened to hear about the death of Ray Haysbert, and certainly condolences go out to his family, his wife, and his kids. Reggie's on our board, and of course Nikki's my link sister. But I thought about my memories of him today, and I thought about Empower Baltimore. And it was actually, he came to us, if you recall, and talked about how he could help us identify people who were ready to become business and go into their own business. He said there's a way and there's a process, and you've got to make sure they're ready so that you don't want to get them out there and they could not follow through. And he was very clear, very focused, very energetic about making sure that all we did was generate the best of the best in terms of coming out that program. That's just one of so many memories about his contributions, not just to Empowerment Zone, to Baltimore. He really is the history in so many ways of African American business and business, period, in this state.
Why do you say that?
I don't know of anyone who hasn't been touched by him. I don't know anyone. If you're an entrepreneur in terms of that space, I just don't know anyone. Even if you're even thinking about it, people always say, go to Ray Haysbert. Go to Ray Haysbert. In terms of leadership, whether it was the Urban League, whether it's President's Roundtable, I can't think of any organization that he has not touched in terms of his commitment and giving back to this community. It was just in his blood. It was part of his DNA. Is what he just simply believed in. Just a giant among all, men and women.
You know, one thing I really remember about him in terms of a living example, as famous as he was, or as uppity as he could have acted, he would take time to speak to anyone.
Yeah.
He would help anybody. A lot of times when we have arrived, God forbid, move beyond the belt, we kind of, some of us tend to forget our roots, as my daddy would say. But you would catch him at the Avenue Market during live jazz. You would catch him at business events around the general area. And again, he would take the time, as we alluded earlier, the preacher said that you have the Holy Spirit when you help empower others. Your thoughts?
Absolutely. I don't know anyone that knows and that has been touched that would not agree with you on that statement. There was no sense that this was this famous man, all that he had achieved. He was just somebody who cared and would stop and take the time to have a conversation with you.
Good deal. So,